Hi, what's up? My name is Alina and welcome to Wonderly Beauty. In today's video, we're gonna test two new products. I mean, they're not that new, but for me, they're brand new, so I wanted to share my first impressions with you. About a week ago, I received a parcel from Cult Beauty, but I didn't have a chance to try the products yet. And what I got is this Too Faced Natural Luster Bronzer in this gorgeous packaging, and a Mini Glam palette by Natasha Denona. I haven't swatched any of these products, I just had a look at them and I was mesmerized, honestly. So if you want to see my first impressions from trying these products, stay with me. I'm going to start by applying eyeshadow base by Essence, as always. And I'm going to blend it with a sponge. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush and go into the lightest matte shade. There is a fallout in the pan, but it's not critical. Tap the excess off and blend the shade into the crease. And honestly, it's already a beautiful everyday look. If you don't want to spend too much time doing your makeup, if you have no time in the morning and you want to go all natural, it's already beautiful. Next, I'm going to take a smaller brush and go into the darkest matte shade and the second matte shade. Ooh, she's dark. And apply it on my outer corner. And blend it into the crease. Now I'm going to take the previous brush and blend the two colors together. Now I'm going to take the lightest shade and put it all the way on my lower eyelid. Now I'm going into the darkest shade and putting it on the outer half of the eye, smoking the lash line. Now let's move on to the shimmers. I'm going to start with the darkest shimmer and apply it on a flat brush. This one is synthetic. It applies very well. And I'm going to focus on my outer corner of the eye. Oh, okay. It applies beautifully with the brush, no problem here. I'm used to applying my shimmers with fingers, but today I wanted to make the experiment clear because not everyone does that. Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. I can't even explain it. It's a very complicated color. Next, I'm going to flip the brush and go into the lighter shade here and apply it in the center of my eye. Where is it? With the brush, it's a very subtle shimmery shade. There isn't much bam going on. But for a soft glam look, I think that's a good thing. Let me try to apply it with a finger, actually. There it is. It definitely looks more metallic-y like this, but the difference is not that crazy. The thing that I like here a lot is that I don't really see the border between the two shades. They actually blend into each other absolutely effortlessly, and literally I didn't try to blend them together too much and they just went into each other. And the last shade is going to be the lightest shimmery shade, and I'm going to apply it at first with a brush on the inner corner of the eye. Doesn't look that much different from the previous shade, but it's definitely lighter. Well, that's definitely not enough brightness for me, so I'm going to add the color with the finger. Bam. That's way different, right? Next, I'm going to take the darkest shimmery shade with a brush again and smoke out my lower eyelid even more. The lightest and the darkest shimmers also blend beautifully into each other without much work. With the previous eye, I forgot to add something under my brow, so I'm going to take the lightest shade with more of a fluffy brush and add it under my brow. Oh, that's definitely way too shimmery for this purpose and not light enough. Oh yeah, that's definitely too dark and too golden for me to be used as a highlighting shade under my eyebrow. I honestly don't hate it, but it's definitely not the best option. Okay, now I'm gonna finish my eyes, add some foundation, and we'll move on to the bronzer. So I added some lashes on and put my foundation and concealer, and now we're ready to bronze. The product looks just gorgeous, not gonna lie. I feel kind of guilty touching it with a brush, but that's what we gotta do. So I'm gonna try using only the bronzer side of it because it does contain some shimmer in it, so I don't want to glow like a disco ball, so I'm gonna start with that, and I'm gonna apply it where I would usually apply my bronzer. I don't have any sculpture on because I don't usually sculpt on the everyday basis. I prefer using a bronzer, and that's it. That's pretty. It's not too pigmented, but it's buildable, and that's what I like in face products. I don't like putting stains on my face and then trying to blend them for dear life. So yeah, the color is not too orange, luckily, because everything looks orange on me, even if it's not. But the color is nice. It looks pretty natural on me. I like you, Too Faced. You're cool. And I'm gonna try using this peacock part as a highlighter because it's supposed to be adding more glow to the bronzer. Let's see if it works as a highlighter. Oh no, it's kind of yellow for me, and there is a little sheen, but that's definitely not enough, and it's definitely not what I like in highlighter. So for my skin tone, this part does not work as a highlighter. I'm gonna try mixing the two products together on the brush and adding a little more. Okay, I see now. Okay, it definitely makes the bronzer glowier and more yellowish, and I'm not a fan of that. So I'm gonna take the brush that I used for my powder and blend it a little more because it's a little too intense for me, at least for real life. On camera it looks decent. All right, I do love this bronzer by itself. I'm not a fan of blending these two together, and I'm not a fan of this shade separately as a highlighter. Definitely doesn't work for me. Maybe when I'm a little tanner, it's gonna look better. For now, I say yes, yes, yes to the bronzing part. It's amazing. This part is like, I don't feel like adding any blush today, so I'm just gonna finish my lips and I'll be right back. So I finished my look and now I'm ready to share my final thoughts and my first impressions. Well, let's start with the palette. I already put it back in the box because I'm a kind of person who keeps all the palettes in their boxes. I know I sound like a psycho, but I like keeping my makeup clean as if it's new. So as for the palette, it costs $25 and you get 0.8 grams in each pan, 5 colors. It's not much, it's tiny. I agree, it's a very small palette. It's smaller than my palm. But if if you're like me and you have never ever tried Natasha Denona eyeshadows, I think that's the perfect size for the first try. I love the color story. I love that all the shades are very neutral. They're not warm, they're not crazy cold, except for this one. Cold? Cool. They're not crazy cool. This one I thought would be way too light for the crease, but actually it's perfect. I don't know how it works, but it does. And you get quite a variety of shades. Considering there are only 5 of them, you can get a very light daytime look, you can get a smokier look, or you can get a classic glam. You can use all of the shimmers at once or use only one and it will be fine. The only thing I don't really like here is that the lightest shade for me is not light enough, so I cannot really use it under my eyebrow or in the inner corner of the eye because it's just not popping enough, you know. It's kind of dark for me, but I'm very pale. I think it's perfect for traveling. It doesn't take too much space and it has every single shade you might need for a soft glam look. So if you're into natural looks, it's great. I'm gonna continue testing it in different looks, and I think I'm going to make a full review on this teeny tiny palette in a couple weeks, I think. But so far, I like it. Let's move on to the bronzer. The packaging is an artwork. It's a masterpiece, I should say. It's really beautiful. And I don't understand why nobody really talked about this product, because in my opinion, if we consider the bronzer only, it's amazing. As for the highlighter, I don't really think it's meant to be a highlighter, and you can't really use it in this way. The only way it works is if you mix it with the bronzer and then it gets shinier. But the bronzer itself is great, even on my pale, white, dead skin. If you have tried any of these products, make sure to write a comment down below and share your thoughts on it. I'm really interested to know that. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will be really happy if you stay with me and subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!